Have you ever thought that your idea is better than adults' idea? Well, my name is Miranda Aarons, and this is my personal narrative speech. I chose this speech because I did think that my idea was better than adults' idea, the adult being my mom, who I have to live with for a long time. I was helping her irrigate last summer. She irrigates a cow pasture that has like 140 acres around there. And she irrigates, instead of using gated pipe, she actually irrigates using canvas dams. And if you're not familiar with canvas dams, it's like a long piece of a long board that has like a tarp on it, and you have to set it in the dam for the water to rise up in it, or the ditch, sorry, not the dam. You put the dam in the ditch for the water to rise up for it to get out and water the land. And then when you pull it, it's got mud and stuff on it, so it's kind of hard to pull the dam out of the ditch. And anyways, last summer, Mom brought me along with her for me to help her irrigate. And it was a really warm day, hence the white shirt, and it was really hot. And so I got to this one ditch, and it was a wide ditch, and I stood in it and cooled off because the water felt cool. And then Mom was standing there thinking for a while, and then she decided that the dam that was right there was one she needed to pull, and she wanted me to pull it. So I was standing in the ditch, and I started reaching for the edge of it, and I started pulling, and my mom says, "If I were you, I'd get up on the bank and pull it." And I thought, yeah, I can pull it down here. Mom doesn't know what she's talking about, because my idea was better than hers, of course. So I reached down and I grabbed the dam and I started pulling, and I was still standing in the ditch that had soft soil and mud, and as I started pulling the dam, the water started rushing faster, and before I could blink, I was suddenly sitting in the ditch with water clear up my waist, soaking wet with water running in my boots and everything. And the water was cold, and there's has been leeches in the water, so it was awfully fun. And Mom finally pulled me out, and we had only started irrigating, so we had all that land to still irrigate, and so I was walking along, and you'd hear the slushing water in my boots, and I left footprints everywhere I went, and I was just soaked. And then when we finally finished and we were on the way home, I got to ride in the back of her truck, and we had just been hauling hay a few days before that, so I felt really embarrassed, and we passed friends and everything, and here I am sitting in the back of the truck soaking wet. And anyways, so, I thought my idea was better than my mom's idea, and it wasn't. And now I get teased about it all the time. I can't go see any of my family members without them bringing that up and talking about me falling in the ditch. And I learned from that experience that sometimes adults actually do know what they're talking about, so it might actually be a good idea to listen to them every now and then so you don't fall in the ditch and get soaked and have to ride in the back of the pickup with hay swirling around. So anyways, the theme of my speech, this personal narrative speech, is that you need to, well, you don't need to, but you might want to put more stock into what adults and parents and sisters and friends and everybody thinks, because if you don't, you might end up making a fool of yourself, and you might end up soaking wet in the ditch and getting teased everywhere you go after that, so, or whatever it may be. I mean, that's just my example, but anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this speech, and I look forward to seeing your speeches, and I look forward to the next one. Have a great day!